I've been thinking a lot recently about how hard it is to make friends and how it never used to be like this. And I don't know if it's just me or if something has actually changed, but it genuinely feels like nobody wants to make friends anymore. I think if you've ever felt isolated or tried to meet people and it just didn't go anywhere or it totally fell apart after the first meet, then you'll know exactly what I mean. It's it's not that people hate each other or anything like that. It's just there's no openness. Like everyone's already closed off in some way. I've noticed it more over the last few years. Like when I was younger, friendships just kind of happened. You'd meet someone through school or through other people, and you just naturally start spending time together. There wasn't this pressure. It just it didn't feel like you had to force it or think about it as much. Now it feels completely different. Like if you want to make a new friend as an adult, it almost feels like you're doing something weird. Like there's the unspoken barrier there. People already have their routine, their circles and their lives, and it's like you're trying to step into something that's already full. And I don't think it's even intentional. I don't think people are sitting there thinking, I don't want new friends. I think it's more that everyone's just tired or distracted or already overwhelmed with their own life. Even with myself, I notice it. There's times where I think I would, I think it would be nice to meet someone or build this kind of connection, but when it actually comes down to it, it just doesn't, I don't have the energy or I overthink it or I just stay in my own routine because it feels easier. And I think that's the problem. Everything now is easier on the surface, but harder underneath. You can message people instantly and you can join groups with anyone, but none of it really feels natural. It all feels forced. Like you're trying to manufacture something that used to just happen on its own. And I notice this especially where I live now. Like I've been in Germany for 10 years. So this isn't I'm not complaining, but there's definitely a feeling sometimes where you can go days or even weeks without having a proper conversation with anyone. You might speak to people at work or say a few words here and there, but it's not the same as actually knowing someone. And I think that's where the loneliness comes in because it's not just about being around people. It's about feeling like you're actually connected to someone. And I don't think people talk about this enough because on the outside, it looks like everything's going fine. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got something going on. But underneath that, I think a lot of people feel quite alone. I think part of it is how individual everything has become. Everyone's focused on themselves now, their work, their goal, and their routines or their progress in life. And all of that matters, obviously, but it also pulls people away from each other because friendships take time. They take effort and energy. They take a bit of awkwardness at the beginning. And and I think people just don't have the patience for that anymore, or they don't have the energy for it. And then the more time that passes, the harder it becomes because you get used to being on your own. You get used to your space and your habits and the way of doing things. And then the idea of letting someone into that starts to feel uncomfortable. So you end up in this weird situation where you feel lonely, but you also don't really know how to fix it. And I've definitely felt that. Like wanting connection, but at the same time, not wanting to go through the process of building it, which doesn't really make sense. But I think a lot of people are in the same position as me. And I don't have a solution for it either. I wish I had, because it's easy to say things like just put yourself out there or just talk to people. But it's actually not that simple when you don't feel like it. I just think something has shifted. Like friendships used to be a more normal part of life, and now they feel like something you have to actively chase or figure out. And maybe that's why it feels like nobody wants to make friends anymore. Not because people don't want connection, but because they don't really know how to get there anymore.